I still have so much freaking work to do. Yeah, work to do. So recently I was asked the question of how I have lost weight having a Hashimoto's disease diagnosis and the hypothyroidism that comes along with it. How did you lose weight? How did you do it? I feel like I've got a lot of viewers who have found my videos because I talk about my Hashimoto's disease and my hypothyroidism, and given that this is kind of a big question because a lot of us, our first symptom is weight gain, and weight gain is more than just annoying. It can really affect many different aspects of your life. I would be more than happy to talk a little bit about the things that I found that have worked for me, or the things that I plan to implement in the future to help get me to my ideal weight that I want to be at, where I feel my best. This girl still has a lot of work to do. Okay. So if you haven't watched the video where I went into detail about my kind of negative physical transformation, which was the #1 biggest symptom that I had of my Hashimoto's disease, I'll put a link to the video here. I did like a 20-minute video just showing pictures of what I looked like as I was gaining weight and the time frame that happened and all of that. But now in this video I want to focus on the what's it called? Way that I kind of got back on track, the way that I kind of lost that weight again. So long story short, to sum up that video, in case you're like, I'm not gonna go click on that video, like I'm here for this one, don't waste my time, I'm a busy man or woman, I have things to do. Basically, after I had my first kid, gained a bunch of weight, lost a bunch of weight. Second kid, gained a bunch of weight, lost a bunch of weight, but then all of a sudden started gaining weight again. There was no dietary changes, I was doing everything the same, working out the same, started working out harder, no results, no results, no results, weight kept going up. But how did I reverse that? How did I undo that? Well, this is my tale. I haven't undone all the damage. I am still not at my goal weight. As someone who loves working out and is very passionate about it, I used to be a big advocate for not stepping on the scale, and I still am. Not never stepping on the scale, but just really limiting how often you step on the scale, because you can be making amazing progress for your health and even for your weight and your losing fat, but it may not reflect on a scale. Biggest example people know, muscle weighs a lot. So if you're working out and you're doing things like I do where you're lifting a lot, you could be gaining weight but losing fat, but the scale won't tell you that. So there's reasons like that I kind of dissuade people from stepping on the scale too often. But after I got my Hashimoto's diagnosis, I realized just how important the scale can be in helping me monitor what my levels are at before I go get my blood tested. Weight gain can be a good indicator of something being wrong with your body. And because there is something wrong with my body, it's become kind of important that I do keep track of that. So my rule of thumb is I weigh myself once a week. Usually I try to limit myself to once a week, and I weigh myself the same exact time of the day. It's right before I work out or right after I work out, first thing in the morning. And that way it's more dependable because your weight fluctuates throughout the day. If you go to the bathroom, or if you've eaten meals, or if you've drank a lot, and there's just many factors. So if you're gonna weigh yourself, you should try to limit it, and you should try to do it the same time of the day every time. But enough about that. You're like, I'm here to find out how you lost the weight, so can we get on with it? So the #1 biggest thing that has helped contribute to me being able to lose weight again is medication. There's a lot of people out there that will tell you, do the natural remedies, go see a holistic doctor, make sure that you're not just taking medicine that a doctor prescribes. There's plenty of things in nature that can help you. To that, I would agree partially. There are a lot of things that you can do naturally to help heal your body. But I am also one that is very thankful and very appreciative and very open to using just good old Synthroid, levothyroxine that the doctor prescribes me if that is going to help me live a better quality of life in whatever phase of life that I'm in. So for me right now, again, I have not been diagnosed for a very long time. It's been about a year. And so I'm far from an expert, but I'm just here to talk to you, just like all of my videos, because I'm no expert, I'm just here to talk to you about my experience. And in my experience, medication, getting on the right level of Synthroid has been the biggest contributing factor to me being able to lose weight. When your thyroid is sick and you have Hashimoto's disease, it's not producing the right levels that your body needs to function properly. And one of the things that oftentimes takes a hit is your metabolism. So getting on medication, getting those levels normal, which Synthroid, just a real quick uneducated rundown, basically the Synthroid is doing what my thyroid cannot. It is replicating the releases of hormones that need to be there that my thyroid is dropping the ball on. And so when you get those levels normal, it's like you have a normally functioning thyroid essentially, and it helps your metabolism and your weight gain to slow down or stop. And that was definitely my experience. As soon as I got on the right levels, I was starting to see the weight slowly start to lose finally. But it's not just medication, and that's something that my doctor told me right off the bat. He asked me what my symptoms were that I was experiencing with Hashimoto's, and the biggest thing he said was, we can get you on these levels, we're hoping it will help this, this, and this, but a lot of people expect that the weight will just melt off or that they will all of a sudden have lots of energy, and no doctor can promise you that. You don't know what levels you need for your body, you don't know what kind of medication will work best for your body. It's all just kind of a guessing game, which can be very scary. For me, though, I was lucky enough that the proper medication helped me lose some weight, but it was not just popping a pill. The second biggest thing, this goes with the medication, that I do to lose weight is I exercise a lot. Now, I'm not like an exercise fanatic, but I'm talking 3 to 5 days a week. I am in the gym or I'm going out on runs. Now, I have done all sorts of workouts from yoga to weightlifting to CrossFit. And the thing that I found works best for me is on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I go to my gym and I do weightlifting for about half an hour to an hour. Half an hour those days I hate. It's usually because I'm crunched for time. An hour to an hour and a half is like my happy place. But I'm just getting in there, I'm lifting weights, I'm not being overly strenuous on my body, but it's just the workouts that I have found to fit my needs the best, and that has helped me lose weight. No, I don't go to the gym and just do cardio. No, I don't go just on runs for 5 miles and punish myself for the fact that I am indulging in certain foods. So my preferred method of working out is the 3 days a week I do the weight lifting, and then usually Tuesdays and Thursdays I'll either go for a long walk, it's about 3 miles, my route that I go with my dog, or she and I will run 1.5 miles and then walk 1.5 miles to cool down. Working out has been good for me in so many different ways, but one of the biggest is it's really helped me keep the weight off. I know for a fact that if I was just taking my medication, which is helpful, but I was not working out, I don't think I would be losing weight still. I think I would be maybe maintaining at about 170, like about where I was at when I first got diagnosed and I finally was able to start losing some weight, but I don't know how much progress I'd make. Thanks to the medication paired with the working out, I've got down to 154, and I still really struggle with getting that number down, but I'm not feeling how I want to feel. I know I'm not at my best physically, which I know how I could fix it. And this brings me to the last final point of how you can effectively lose weight with Hashimoto's disease. As hard as it may be, it is possible. And this is the area that I suck at so bad, and it is your diet. Just like anything else, exercise and diet are the 2 most important things that you can do. Just because you have Hashimoto's disease does not mean that we get to take some magic pill and the weight's just gonna come off. It still takes hard work. In fact, we have to work harder than most, unfortunately, to be fit or to be healthy or keep weight off, simply because of the cards we've been dealt and this bad boy right here. Now, it's funny that you guys should ask about how to lose weight on Hashimoto's disease, because as I mentioned multiple times through this video, I am not where I want to be. I have kind of hit a plateau, which oftentimes happens when you work out, but I know what my plateau is this time. Medication's doing great, my levels are great. Exercising, right on the old trackaroony. It is my dieting that I know that I need to work on in order to further my fitness goals. So, given that I'm talking to you guys about this, thumbs up this video or leave a comment if you are interested in this, but my husband and I are going to be implementing some new dietary changes in our household in order for us to both reach certain goals that we have for each other and kind of repair certain things. And if you'd like to come along on that journey, I could do some vlogs. I could kind of maybe do meal preps, kind of, or just, you know, vlogs showing kind of what we're eating. Is it having a positive effect on the quality of life and the number on the scale? We can do that if you guys are interested. That's scary for me because it means committing to something that I could fail at, and it would be in front of almost 1,000 of you. Oh, or the rest of the world, because there's people who just aren't subscribed that will stumble across this video and these videos too. It's scary, but I think it would be good, especially because dieting is the thing that I'm weakest at. So the first thing that he and I are going to be doing is a juice cleanse. This is one thing that I've never done before. My husband and I aren't into the fad diets. We've tried stuff like, yeah, let's do keto. But I found the thing that has worked best for me when I've been able to stick to my guns the most is to not really just grab onto one specific diet, but it's to more take things that fit something that we can do, something that is, what's the word? Achievable. And I think that's the biggest thing, is a lot of people get discouraged by diets because it's so strict, and some people need that. Some people need something that will like lay it out and tell them exactly what they need to do, which would be helpful for me. But when you live the life that we live right now, where we're coming and going a lot, sometimes there's dinners that's rushed, it's a little bit easier if I'm more directing my focus, my attention on healthy choices, not a restrictive list. If that makes any sense? Because I'm most likely not going to maintain a diet for the rest of my life, but I can learn and implement healthy lifestyle choices that will last me a lifetime. For example, we eat chicken in this house. This is something that back after I had Kylie and I was trying to lose weight for the first time in my life, we were doing research and we were learning that chicken is like one of the healthiest meats that you can have. And there's things like hot dogs or hamburgers that you can substitute some really good vegan burgers, or using chicken or turkey dogs rather than hot dogs. Just little things like that where you're not being super like anal, but you're still learning to substitute. That's something that stuck with me forever. I'm blabbering on. My husband and I will be implementing some stricter eating habits, incorporating some healthier meals, and it's all gonna start with a 3-day, I believe is what we decided to do, the 3-day juice cleanse. There's a couple of them out there, 3-day, 4-day, and the 7-day seem to be the most popular. But we'll be doing a 3-day cleanse, just kinda to get things rebooted. So if you're interested in hearing more about that, following that journey, please leave a like and a comment so I know. I'm kind of scared if you want that, because it means I have to be more accountable, but we can do that, and I think it would be good for everybody. So yeah, specifically how these dietary changes and things like a juice cleanse, that's kind of like a dietary fad, does that actually help? Do I actually see differences? What sucks about it? What's great about it? So there you go. I really, really hope that answers your question, and to anyone else who may have been wondering how I lost weight with Hashimoto's disease, how I was able to have success with that. It's still a journey. I think it's something that I will always be struggling with, but so far, the medication dosage being right, exercising, and making smart dietary choices have been the 3 biggest influences on me being able to lose weight. It is possible. It's harder than most people have to deal with, but it definitely is possible, so don't give up. All right, well, I'm gonna go mow the lawn, so until next time, I will see you guys later.